Friends, how are you? Let's be face to face for a few minutes. I hope you are following me. Do you? Always keep your textbook open along with my class. It is very sure that I will explain the lessons which we have discussed again in the classroom when the school reopens. I am sure that you are watching First Bell Victors regularly. I am wishing you all the best. Good luck. Take care. Bye. This is Yasser Arafat, who was the chairman of Palestine Liberation Organization. This was a speech he delivered in the UN General Assembly in 1974.
لقد جئتكم يا سيادة الرئيس بغصن الزيتون في يدي وببندقية الثائر في يدي فلا تسقط الغصن الأخضر من يدي لا تسقط الغصن الأخضر من يدي
لا تسقط غصن الأخضر من يدي.
Let's reveal the history behind such a speech. There was an international organization, Zionism, which aimed to establish a homeland for Jews. Hitler, during his rule, suppressed the Jews. This situation intensified the demand of Zionism. After the First World War, Turkey was defeated by Britain with the help of Jews. Since the Jews helped Britain in this war, the then British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour declared the establishment of a Jewish nation in West Asia as a reward. It is known as Balfour Declaration. In 1948, the nation Israel was formed. The formation of Israel was questioned by the Arab nations. Israel seized Palestine and expelled the Palestinians from their homeland. The Palestinian refugees migrated to various Arab countries. In such a situation, for establishing a nation for the Palestinians, a movement was formed that was Palestine Liberation Organization. West Asia witnessed a series of bloodsheds and massacres. Then recall the Olive speech. At the end, Israel agreed to recognize Palestine as a free nation, and this agreement, mediated by the USA, is called Oslo Pact. On the basis of the contribution of Yasser Arafat, he was awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 1994. Another political incident that fundamentally changed the post-World War arena was the disintegration of Soviet Union. We have already learned in the first part of this lesson that one of the reasons of the Second World War was the emergence of US and USSR as the supreme powers. But in 1991, the Soviet Union was past in the history when it was ruled by the President Mikhail Gorbachev. Let's discuss what are the reasons that led to the disintegration of Soviet Union. Look in the screen. Look the screen. The administrative measures of Mikhail Gorbachev, that was one of the reasons. And the administrative reforms of Gorbachev was known as glasnost and perestroika. So that was given in the brackets. Second, deviation from the basic principles of socialism. Third, corruption and inefficiency of the bureaucracy. Fourth and the last point, failure in bringing about changes in economic sector. This disintegration changed the world political situation. Gorbachev was resigned in 1991. Soviet Union formally ceased to exist. It ended Cold War. A unipolar world has emerged under the leadership of USA. We have already discussed after the Second World War, the world was generally known as bipolar world, which was controlled by America and Soviet Union. But after the disintegration of Soviet Union, the world or globe actually controlled by America only. America was generally known as world police and world protector. It adopted several strategies to establish its dominance over the globe. Let's see. Utilizing international agencies, America provided financial and military aids to countries of the world, extended military alliances. Media were used to promote America's vested interests. After the Second World War, especially after the disintegration of Soviet Union, when the unipolar world was formed, a new type of imperialism came into being. That's known as NeoImperialism. The multinational companies, which are registered in a country and functioning in many countries, began to interfere in the economic, social, and cultural sectors of the countries. It is known as neo-imperialism. These multinational companies, I hope you know more about these multinational companies. Generally, they are known as MNCs, multinational companies. They promoted consumerism in third world countries to sell their products. Developing nations were considered as the markets for the multinational companies. In fact, the products of the developed nations started reaching even the villages of the developing nations. Due to the pressure from the multinational products and marketing strategies, the economy of many countries started to collapse. Look at the screen. Based on the neo-imperialism, a new economic policy was formulated based on three principles: globalization, liberalization, and privatization. Read the features of liberalization: adoption of liberal regulations and a taxation system to facilitate the import of multinational products to domestic markets. By this liberalization, world was changed as a single market. The next point is privatization. Privatization of the public sector undertakings in an attempt to promote private sector. Then third point is globalization. That is global village or making the globe as a single market. That is globalization. Economic systems of the country linked to global economy. The interests and motives of the multinational companies protected. Competition driven market came into existence. Trans-border flow of the products, services, raw materials, capital, latest technology, and human resources facilitated. That is why we get all products of all countries in our nearest market. The new economic policy and neo-imperialism strengthened when the international organizations such as the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, World Trade Organization, etc., are favorable to this globalization. Globalization opened up many opportunities and possibilities around the world. The transfer of goods, products, and services beyond the boundaries and the dissemination of information technology shaped the concept of global village. But there was some challenges to the developing countries. Let's watch one by one. The intervention of the multinational companies challenged the concept of nation state, led to the destruction of the indigenous culture. Price of the agricultural products plunged. Public sector undertakings were destroyed. Government withdrew from social service sectors. Natural resources were looted.